Memories. Beloved one, memory is a most wonderful aspect which you have built into the human experience. You can remember experiences of past lifetimes, the present lifetime, and, as you can imagine, experiences of future lifetimes. You can remember experiences which you had as a small one, some experiences which were very nurturing, very loving, where you knew the parents would always take you in their arms and make everything better for you. And you have memories of times when the one that you trusted was not always there for you, in fact, did not understand you, and was not there in the way that you wanted him to be there for you. So you have a variety of memories, memories which can now be seen in a new light because you are a new person with new understanding. Now you can go back and you can forgive when necessary. And as we have explained other times, the meaning of forgive is to give love for, in place of, to give love in place of what was seen to be harsh judgment, resentment, guilt, shame, to give love to yourself in a situation that you remember, and to give love to the other one who was involved in the situation. You are not now the small person who needed, seemingly, the parent's protection. You are in a new place as a new person. Because you have come through many experiences, you are not the person that you used to be. You are not the same as you were several sentences ago. There has been revelation, something which has clicked within you as we have been speaking. I work with you with the words and with the concepts, with the ideas that trigger the remembrance of truth within you. But I also work with you energetically at a deeper level, so that there is much of healing which happens. You have memories of past lifetimes, some of which have been happy, some of which have been most noble, some of which have been most fulfilling. They are in your memory bank, and you call upon them sometimes. They are there for you. You have memories of other past lifetimes where you've had challenges, and you have brought those memories with you, stored in the body as cell memory, the same as the good memories. As you will judge good and bad, they come to you. You bring all of these memories with you as a huge treasure chest to any experience you have in this lifetime. That is why I say unto you so often to breathe, because when you take that deep breath and you allow the space of peace, what you are doing is accessing the memory bank. You are accessing all the memories that pertain to whatever you have been struggling with, looking at, thinking about, contemplating. And you get to choose from the memory bank that which will serve you in any particular experience. The creative isness of you is never static. It is forever expressing and experiencing and expanding. In some of your memories, you have had memory of one's abandoning you, leaving you, maybe through releasing the body, and you understood that it was their choice to release the body. The mind said, I understand that's how it has to be, but I miss you. Now this reality says that there is separation, but in truth there is not separation. Anyone you have ever loved is always part of you, and the memory of that can be seen in wholeness, even if experienced at the time were seen through the worldly eyes to be tragic and challenging. You can go back to those memories and you can say to that one, I am not the person that I was when we were in that relationship. You listen for half a second, and I suggest strongly that you listen for half a second to what they will say to you, because they are going to be saying to you, I am not that person that I was then. I have changed also because of the experience we shared together, and because of new perspectives since then. You are as teachers for each other. You come together in a most wonderful relationship, and you sandpaper. Oh, you sandpaper. And sometimes it gets so hot you make a smoother person of each other, to the place where you can get rid of the debris and you can get down to the love. That is what human life and other life expressions are about, coming to the place of the awareness of the wholeness of you. That is why you call to yourself the experience in relationships that may seem at times not to be what you want, but they do a most wonderful job of sandpapering. I have spoken to you many times about how when one chapter finishes, separated ego resists change. Then after a while you move into the next chapter, and you look back at the old chapter and you can say, oh, I'm glad I'm not in that old chapter any longer. I'm beginning to like this new chapter. I like the feeling of knowing my own strength, the feeling of knowing that I have friends that I didn't know I had, the feeling of knowing that I can make my way. Sometimes as you work your way through the chapters of the book of life, that one who called you worthless in chapter 2, by the time you get to chapter 15, comes back to you and says, I didn't realize what we had together. You're not worthless at all. I kind of like you. In fact, I thank you for the time we had together. And then you can say, this is good, because if you hadn't kicked me out of chapter 2 and chapter 3, I wouldn't have known chapters 3, 4, 5, and all the other chapters and all the good things that I have experienced since then. All of you have memory which serves you very well. Memory of past lifetimes, memory of what has happened in this lifetime where you have learned what allows you to feel good about yourself and good about others. You go to that memory bank and you access, like you would do on a computer, the memory bank of, have I ever lived this situation before? What happened in situations like this before? What can I draw on that will help me in this present situation? How can I see this in a different way? Have there been lifetimes where I've lived a relationship like this or an experience like this where I knew love and it was okay? I highly, strongly suggest to you that you go back to the memory bank and remember the good experiences. You are very, very adept at bringing out the bad experiences. You have those right there at your fingertip in a memory bank. They come up first, times when you have suffered, times when you have had the tragedies, the abandonment, the loss, times when you have seemingly made a mistake. Those come up very quickly, but I highly, strongly suggest to you that you take the deep breath and you access the memory bank and consciously call forth the good memories, how it feels to be loved, how it feels to be taken care of, how it feels to trust yourself, how to know that always you are held in the everlasting arms of love itself. You may have to dig a bit. You may have to consciously think about good memories because many of you have come through challenging times in this lifetime, and those are the memories that are going to come up first. But allow yourself perhaps another deep breath and say, okay, I don't want first, second, third, fourth choice. I want to go to another page. You go to your computer mind, you type in good memories, and bring them up to where you can remember in the feeling nature how it feels to be right, to be okay, to be courageous, to be loved. The truth is that always you are okay. You are loved. You are, even in the world of judgment, right. As I have said, you make no wrong decisions ever. You make choices, and you live with the effects of the choices, but they are not wrong choices. You do not make wrong choices, so click on all the choices that you have and behold them. Click on the good ones and bring those up and feel them. Get right in the middle of the feeling of how it feels to have a sanctuary or a place where there are friends who love you. Separated ego loves to give you opportunity to be buffeted about by the opinions of the world, of the friends, of the brothers and sisters, of the co-workers, of the boss, of the mates. They will be very quick to give you their assessment. But that is their assessment from their perspective, and they do not walk in your sandals. They do not know your past lifetimes. They do not know, they cannot know what you have experienced even in this lifetime up to this point. The only person who knows that is you, and you carry that as memory. As I have said, usually what comes up first in the memory banks are all the things that feel wrong, that feel that you have made a mistake, and that something needs to be corrected. If only. I hear that so often in the prayers as people will pray to me, Jeshua, if only you could change this for me. If only I had known. If only. Well, I say to you, there has never been a wrong decision, so that you don't have to go back and if only it. But you do have the opportunity to change your perspective about anything by stepping back into the place of the beholder and beholding it anew. Look at the silver platter that separated ego shows you. What do you want to choose from that platter? Choose the sunshine, the light, the love of life itself. Choose you this day what serves you in remembering your divinity. Memories are a most important tool if they are used wisely. Do not beat yourself up with old memories of abandonment, of judgment, wrong choices, a whole laundry list of things that you would have done differently if. Do not dwell on what seems to be wrong. Search a little bit further for the goodness of you, the memories of times when you have been hugged by another one, totally loved and accepted for just who you are. When it did not matter whether the hair was one of the bedheads, when it did not matter whether you had the fat thighs or the thin thighs, when it did not matter whether you were scrawny or abundant. None of that mattered because the person saw past appearance and says, I love you because you bring out the best in me. I love you because I see the Christ in you, and seeing the Christ in you, I behold the Christ of me. Now, they may not put it in those words, but that is how the feeling comes through. When you are with the one who totally loves and accepts you just as you are, you can let down the guard. You can let down all the shoulds, the appearances. You can even let the belly be as fat as it wants to be. You can allow yourself to be. That is why when you are with friends who totally accept you as you are, you feel at peace. You can just be yourself, capital S. And the more you do that, the more love you put into the world because it starts with you. It starts with you accepting yourself for who you are, fat thighs and all, spiritually and all. It starts with loving yourself and knowing yourself truly from the inside out. As you do that, you put more and more love into the world. You put more and more compassion into the world. We have spoken other times of compassion, compassion meaning with passion, meaning that you are with the other one in their passion for life. You are with them as one. That is what compassion truly means. I am one with you. When you are one with another person, you are not going to start beating them up, either physically or emotionally. When you are one with another person, you are in love with them, capital L. You are in the place of compassion, which sees another one as yourself, and you know yourself to be true. You are the ones who can do it because you believe in love. You believe in the power of peace. You believe in the power of divine extension of life itself. You believe that every life is important and that it is valued. Life can never be extinguished. It is energy and it can never be extinguished. It can be changed in another form, but it can never be extinguished. Compassion. Go back into your memory bank. When was the last time you felt compassion with someone, either two-footed or four-footed? Sometimes it is easier to have a memory of unconditional love with the four-footed ones, where you feel completely one in their passion for life, in the simplicity of life. You have all known the feeling of being one with another one, whether two-footed or four-footed. There have been times in your life when you have felt so one with another expression of life that you felt whole. Remember that feeling? Take it with you into the workplace, into the world, into all the interchanges with brothers and sisters. You will change yourself, and more than that, you will change your world. If your leaders would breathe with each other before they make decisions, there would be more compassion. If you are dealing with the coworkers and friends, will breathe and allow yourself the place of peace which accesses the memory bank of how compassion feels. How good it feels when you know that you are valued. There would be more love and understanding in the world. Allow yourself now to take a deep breath. Feel yourself so loved. Truly you are worthy. Worthy of great, great love and compassion. You are strong. You are courageous. You are able to make decisions which allow your life to go forward in a healthy, wholesome way. You never walk the path alone. Always I am with you.